and it was mentioned that you are the underdog going into this fight. It was mentioned you've been the underdog against Trinidad, against Tarver. But you're also 43, you're also fighting a guy who is a real sharpshooter. You obviously are 100% confident you're going to win. Tell us why you think you're going to beat Kazai.
First, how old is Joe?
36 or so?
Is that considered young in boxing?
No. Younger than 43.
I can count. Is it considered young in boxing? I'm asking you a question now. So can you take your own medicine?
Not really young, no.
Not really young? Well, you sound like a politician.
No, I don't like...
Is 36 being young in boxing, yes or no?
No, it's
okay.
not.
Okay. But it ain't 43.
Right.
But it ain't young either.
Right.
So we're in the same bag, basically.
Okay.
But the other question was what?
Why you are 100% confident you're going to win, even though going into this fight again?
Because I think no other way. I mean, I'm a man with no doubts. Haven't my life been about that? I said I wasn't going to go back to the penitentiary. I walked off 9 years. You sound like that guard that told me, what? You going to walk off 9 years at 23 years old with 8 felonies? I mean, haven't I proven nothing personal? I know this is America. You have the right to. But haven't I proved you wrong a couple of times already?
Yeah,
I'm asking
you
asking me the hypothetical about something that I don't even visit that world. I don't visit that world of losing. I don't visit that world of doubt. I can't speak for any other interviews you've done with fighters, but with me, I don't think about the ifs. I think if is a wasted word that never should have been in the dictionary. Personally, when I'm asked questions, I can answer questions that is not necessarily has to be about, well, you're going to win. I can't give you a reason why I would say I'm going to do something other than what I've said. I can't give you a strategy behind it because that won't be wise. What I can tell you, come April 19th, you better have a ringside or couch side seat to watch it. And at least have your cable bill still on. If your cable on, you'd be able to watch it on HBO.
I mean, with the fighting says you continue to look here, and then by fight night, will you think you'll be in it?
Man, listen, man. Anybody that always have to prove themselves in a great country that we live in. I was underdog in 1965, January 15th. My mother gave birth to me. Remember, you know the history of that year for black folks? So when you tell me, and knowledge and history is always in front of us, we want to bicker into it and read it. Underdog to a black man? I mean, come on, what are you saying? This is something that, what else is new? Underdog is something that I'm comfortable with. Strangely enough, it's part of my motivation to do what I've done all these years in my personal life and my athletic life. So I think I'd have been a little bit angry if I wasn't underdog.
Bernardo, you seem to have a great knack of having fighters fight at your tempo. You dictate the tempo. He likes to fight fast, throw punches and bunches.
Don't tell me. That's, excuse me, cut you off. Go ahead.
Is that basically what what the game plan is?
Well, it's not even a secret because obviously you've been paying attention. Every fighter that I've fought, not just the last 3 or 4, but every fighter I have fought in my 22 years of boxing, all the things everybody said that they can do so well that I couldn't do, I took them out of their game plan. And they say, oh, he got in his head at the press conference because they don't want to focus on the brilliancy of the art of war, to be able to take the man's best weapon, to be able to take the man's biggest strength and use it to a disadvantage to him, not to me. That is itself is brilliancy. To be able to take your opponent, game plan in the course of the fight, and use what he have been doing for so many years that was in his favor, reverse that. That there is an art itself. That there is an art that old school boxing, old school throwback boxing have been built on. Every fighter cannot do that. I can take a guy that throw 1,000 punches and reduce him down to 500. If he ain't throwing that 1,000, he ain't winning because that's what he's been winning on. You have to change his plans and not let him recover from changing to becoming another plan.
Did you watch the Calzaghe-Kessler fight and any comments of what you saw in Calzaghe?
I didn't know who the hell Kessler was. To be honest with you, I don't think 20 people in this media room can say they've seen Kessler's last 4 fights. And I'm like a boxing film. I watch a lot of older fights more than I watch the newer fights, but I can't even name Kessler's last 5 fights, starting with Joe, on back. We go on a job. I want to prove that I can do something before I get the job. It's a thing in this world, or at least America, it's called resume. If I'm coming to a job boxing interview and the guy doesn't know me, he just looking at your resume, and anything I say can be biased towards getting a job. But if I hand Joe's resume and then hand my resume, the only thing you can go by is what's on the resume. If you're in front of a judge and the judge says, okay, he reads what they call your prior arrest. My resume says, compared to his resume says, that's a legend, that's a champion. That's a Ferrari, that's a Mercedes. Mercedes is a good car, but it's not a Ferrari.
Yeah. You've been mentioning the same breath as Bill Russell. Can you talk about that a little bit? Being
one of my idols. One of my. Sorry, listen. I was asked an hour or two ago, who are my heroes? I started with Ali. Big Khan never called me. 60s. Take the belt, take the gold medal, threw it in the river. Bill Russell, Boston Garden. Every time we ran him down the court, in Boston, with a Boston jersey on, I asked him how many names in his book that he was called. Nigga. In case you didn't read it. Jim Brown, soldier. Went against the grain. Wasn't the type of guy that was afraid that I would lose my basketball basketball contract, or the media gonna write bad things about me. And last but not least, Gandhi. Now what do Gandhi got to do? He wasn't an athlete, Bernard. What are you talking about? Gandhi. Gandhi had the patience that they couldn't understand to weather the storm. And at the end of the day, y'all got to pay homage. Not everybody, but those who know they got to pay homage. And come April 19th, they're going to say, did you see that? And they got a media press just for the media to sit there. And I always, around these type of occasions, especially when it started with the Target fight, 90% of them ripped me off. He's trying to get a payday, he's going up, blah, 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 blah. They know who they are. I looked at them, I said, half man, half amazing. They just had a look. It had a look like a 9/11 look. And they just looked. And I say that not in just of funniness, I said that, and I know y'all didn't take it that way, I said that in a way of, that's how extreme I can explain how they just look like they just seen Jesus. Like they just seen somebody that they know died, came right back and got a suit on and was at the fights with them. They had that look on their face. They had that look of darkness, like look of didn't believe it. I want to see that again. See, that to me is bigger than winning a fight. To sit there and let them know that they're not God and that they're not really in control.
But you saw that ever since Trinidad, like, really?
Well, yeah, exactly. It starts there. 19,000 people, 17,000 people rooted for Tito. I'm gonna have that same atmosphere, that same fire. When the Brits come, don't they understand that the Brits motivate me when I'm in Thomas Mack Arena? It's gonna be British Stadium. And that's gonna motivate Bernard Hopkins.
If you win, who are you dedicated to?
When I win.
When you win.
When I win, I'll dedicate it to the legacy of American boxing sport and the legacy of you respect our national anthem when we sing it. So we can tell them to do it since they booed it in December. We can let them know now through Joe Gazaki that you're going to respect us. And this is why you should. What better blueprint to have than his face and his nose busted up and sending back home on the British Airlines or wherever he go. That's the perfect, to me, that's the perfect message.